Here's my attempt to crush people under the weight of my rich wallet. In Modern. This is a $5,000 Magic deck to be playing in paper. Online, I admit, it's a little bit of false advertising. It's only $2,200 on Moto. But we're going to be playing this in leagues today. I will not be accepting explanations. I will not be accepting suggestions. I will neither be explaining what I am doing or instructing people in how to play this deck. I'm just here to have fun. Hey, Jackhead. Hey, Orch. We're going to make Moto scream and cry under the weight of having to shuffle 360-some cards. Ooh, man. If I didn't add a flavored liquor to the top of that, I could probably light that on fire. That'll be fun to work through. What's in that glass? A lot. A lot of things. So it's what your 60-card Legacy deck costs when I'm done? Fair enough. This is just like every Modern deck put together. I've actually gone 3-2 with this list a couple of times, and I nearly 4-1'd once. So it does have 5-0 potential. And if I 5-0 with this, ain't nobody gonna claim that they built the deck first, because they didn't. You're masterpiecing your painter deck one card at a time? One card a month? Wow. I'll raise my monocle to you. I be spy an opponent. Alright, let's close this. We're playing first. It is I, the Monopoly Man. Keep. It's a pretty strict keep, actually. How's my sound set up? Because I actually have my speakers on, and I don't want there to be like echoing of game sounds and stuff. All right, so let's lead on a forest, play Noble Hierarch, pass the turn. Your investments on Boardwalk have paid off. The Pringles guy. That'd be pretty funny. Awesome, glad to hear it. Opponent leads on Goblin Guide. Gonna need a red land. Well, that works. I'm gonna need a red card, actually. We're not blocking. Exclamation point deck will actually get you a Stream Decker list. I did make sure to update that right away. Alright, we untap. We draw another Misty Rainforest. That's not what I was hoping for. We'll play Misty, go to combat. Oh, actually, I'm not going to attack. I'm going to fetch Misty, and we're going to grab Yorion out of the command zone or whatever. Let's get an island. Get Yorion. Pass the turn. Everybody go retweet my clickbait Twitter post. Didn't Stream Decker have a stroke when you uploaded it? Yes. Moto had a stroke when I queued with it. What are you talking about? It's just... I just need to draw a red card. Actually, I have a better plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a forest. We're going to play a Dryad. We're going to play... Hey, Toki! We're going to play Raugrin Triumph. We're going to Summoner's Pact. We're going to Summoner's Pact for... Needs to be green and red. We'll Summoner's Pact for Bloodbraid Elf. Hold control. Speed Force Punch, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months. Nice outfit, I agree. We're going to Evoke Fury. Kill both of our opponent's creatures. And then Ephemerate. I guess do it again. Double kill. Double overkill. Alright, pass the turn. We now have a threat. This is Battle of Wits. It's actually Money Mountain, because of how expensive it is. And it's kind of based off Money Pile. Blue-white control is not viable with Safari in the format in the Battle of Wits form. So we're just going to put all of the most expensive cards in a deck, and we're going to win. That's the goal. Play more creatures, opponent. Money Mountain. Alright, so, let's see. Ephemerate. I'm not going to cast Ephemerate. I actually could Ephemerate Fury. Oh, they're going to bolt to kill Fury. That's fine. That is annoying, but it's fine. It means that's a bolt that's not going to face, which is pretty huge. Ephemerate, we're going to have no targets. And then Summoner's Pact. We can just pay for Summoner's Pact. Okay? See what we draw. Hey, Yavimaya. Play Yavimaya. Play Misty. Go to combat. Attack for 3. The newest ride at Disneyland is Money Mountain. It's pretty good. Alright. Hit our opponent for 3. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. There's not even that much ramp in it. It's just broken stuff. Okay, opponent's going to go to combat. We get to see what our top deck is. Our top deck is Teferi Time Raveler. So we're not blocking. We'll take 3. Opponent's going to bolt our face. Okay, we take 3. Then we take 4. We go to 6. Untap. We draw Teferi. So play Teferi. Unsummon Goblin Guide. Spreading Seas, huh? I was hoping to draw a land, so then I could attack, play Yorion, and flicker these 2 things. But let's go ahead and play Spreading Seas. Hey, Hour of Promise. Okay, so we'll just hold back on defense. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat. You were hoping I'd release an NFT collection for April Fools? That is exactly correct, Toki. Sissia, how's it going? Opponent shoots us for 3. Then appears to be passing. I don't have any life gain lands in the deck, unfortunately. So I'm kind of hoping I draw like a Thragtusk. Or I'm able to kill my opponent with double Valakut here. That kills my opponent. I'm pretty sure. I only have 6 lands, but I have Dryad, so I could just get quadruple Valakut. So green, blue, black, white, red. Bring to light. Cast, if I can find it. Holy shit. Scape Shift. I think that's it. Perfect. Cast Scape Shift. Sack 6 lands. Let's go get Valakut. Opponent is sending me a message. Alright. Now the game is Hope Moto doesn't crash. Let's go Valakut. Okay. Valakut. I didn't post any nudes. I don't have an OnlyFans. Don't believe Sigma. Let's see. Valakut number 3. I'm only going to go for 3 Valakuts because actually targeting too many triggers will take too long. I'm just going to pick like mana-producing lands now. It wasn't even me this time! I preemptively stated don't believe Sigma, so... He's actually gaslighting me this time. Aha! All of your gaslighting chat about me gaslighting them has gaslighted yourself. We call that the legendary 3-layer gaslight. I could. Actually, I can't because they intertapped. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I should have. I'll keep that in mind. Like, actually start an OnlyFans, but that would be a complete joke OnlyFans. Nope. Don't want to pay any life. Yeah, that's plenty of triggers. Opponent scoops. Fantastic. We got him! Oh, we absolutely got him. I will not be sideboarding. We'll run it back. What did opponent send us in chat? 350 cards, by the way. Yep, that's correct. I mean, this plays Stoneforge. That's gotta be good, right? Who knows what I'll draw? What the hell just happened? We top-decked Escape Shift, duh! Opponent attacks us, reveals Yavi Maya, which was part of the plan all along. Anyway. And we draw a Wall of Roots, which does make this hand better. So we're going to lead on Yavi Maya. Pass the turn. We will probably be fetching an island for Growth Spiral, and I'm actually going to dump Field of Ruin here. I don't want it. It's $5,000 in paper and about $2,200 on Moto. Oh, he wants you to clip me dancing. Anyway, opponent attacks us for 4. We reveal Battle of Wits. New plan. We take 4. We go to 11. New sub alert. Just that dance with the song. That's not a bad idea, really. We'll go back and, let's see, play Prismatic Vista, then play Wall of Roots, pass the turn. Shame cards like Moments Peace aren't in Modern. No, it's not. Opponent Lava Spikes our face, sure. We go to 8. Opponent attacks us for 4, sure. Fury on top of the deck. Unfortunately, we just don't have another red spell. Okay. We take 2. They could Bolt to kill Wall of Roots here, but I don't think they're going to do that. Okay, we draw Fury. I could Summoner's Pact for a red spell, and then kill, Battle of Wits is not remotely viable in Vintage and Legacy, I can tell you. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I can play Resto, and I could blink Wall of Roots, and like have a good blocker. I could Summoner's Pact for Bloodbraid Elf, And I could evoke Fury off that. Like, that's not a bad plan. I actually kind of like this. So, we're going to play Mountain, of course. Let's Summoner's Pact. Go get Bloodbraid. Then evoke Fury. Kill their guys. Turn off auto yields. I can actually just resto this, too. And I have Yavi Maya, so I have double green. So we fetch for a white source. Oh, I have to float mana off Wall of Roots because of how it's worded. Resto. Blink Fury. Kill stuff. Now I'm going to die to Bolt Bolt. They can actually kill Wall of Roots and we'd lose because we need it to pay for Summoner's Pact. And Sigma, congratulations. Absolutely congratulations on being able to close on your first house. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I did not use a flavored liquor in the creation of this beverage, it would be flammable. No worries. I can get it out of the VOD. Not a big deal. We draw Batter Skull. So go to combat. Attack for 9. There's no way they missed a land drop and don't have double burn spell here, unfortunately. So we're just going to die to that. But, like, this was a pretty good run, let me tell you. Boros charmed us to 1. We are dead to everything. Yep. Okay. No adjustments, run it back. Alright, let's play first. Reveal Yorion. We have Ephemerate, we have Eldritch Evolution. Unfortunately, this hand is not capable. It's very close, actually. With better lands, it would have been. Ketria Triome, Verdant Catacombs, Wall of Roots. Really good with Dryad. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to put back probably Resto, actually. So we'll lead on Ketria Triome, pass the turn. Yeah, lots of people don't recognize me as the originator of coffers. That's fine. A lot of people give Trellin credit. A lot of people give Spike credit. Nobody remembers Kano. But if you ever see somebody playing this deck in coffers, beat them up and steal their money. Or, I mean in modern, excuse me, not in coffers. Do I have a land to wish for? I do not. I do, actually. I have Cavern of Souls, and I have Besiege if I wanted it. We draw Prismatic Ending, which unfortunately I think is going to have to wait. We're going to go ahead and fetch a basic forest. And then we're going to play Wall of Roots. Pass the turn. Is that a life motto or a quote? Just saying, if they're playing a $5,000 deck in paper. I do not condone violence, nor do I suggest anyone beat up anyone else. This is all for jokes and satire and me. Alright, opponent goes to combat. They attack for 1. Do I risk losing Wall of Roots here? I think the answer is yes. Okay, they're going to Lightning Bolt Wall of Roots. This is really unfortunate, but if we draw any land at all, we're like golden. I think we could get a visit from Melvin the Mercurian. I was going to do that for St. Patty's Day, but then I just didn't do anything St. Patty's Day. So we play Besiege and then play Dryad. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We will not block with Dryad. What are you drinking? I don't even know anymore. It's a lot. I can say that much. It's a lot. Welcome, Dak Faden. How's it going? Greatest thief in the multiverse. Caught red-handed, posting in Kano's chat during a meme stream. What do you have to say for yourself? I'm just kidding, man. Getting Boros charmed. Losing lots of life. Take 2 more damage, down to 12. Alright, we untap. We draw Fury. So I can evoke Fury here, but I have a better plan. Let's go ahead and wish. Cavern of Souls. Name, I guess, Elemental. And then Prismatic Ending. Oop, that's what I wanted. And then Prismatic Ending. Any untapped land gets us to Battle of Wits or Fury. No attacks. We're not winning this game with damage if we're winning. Roiling Vortex. I'm going to win without gaining life. Alright, we untap. We take 1 damage. We draw a forest. And opponent, you have to deal 12 damage to me by next turn or we win. I'm putting it all on Battle of Wits. Pass the turn. Opponent has to have like 3 bolts and draw a bolt, I actually think, to win. They sack Sunbaked Canyon. That's an excellent sign. That is an excellent sign. Oh, we will take 1 damage from Roiling Vortex before the Battle of Wits win trigger because of active player, non-active player timing. And we got there! Oh, sorry, I wasn't keeping track of matches. But that's a round win, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1-0 with Modern Money Mountain. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
All right. I do, and I will freely admit this, I do have to restart Moto. Because unfortunately, this deck abuses the crap out of this program. And we beat Burn. That's a pretty legitimate test. I'm just saying. Plus, you guys can see my Shamrock bow tie. We're having fun today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I should probably just hide the punt counter because I don't think I'm going to be keeping track of punts this league. What you got in the jug? A lot. I can tell you it's got Coke for flavoring. I remember that much. Thank you, Tarek. Thank you. What's in the jug? Liquid to help me deal with chat. Let me drink some liquid that makes me say yes. Yes. Cocaine for flavoring. Oh, gosh. All right, round 2. Here we go. Modern Muddy Mountain. Please do not attempt. I am a professional. Opponent says, good luck and have fun. We reveal Yorian. You know, all we need is one land. I'm going to keep this. We can fetch Stomping Ground or we can fetch Temple Garden depending on the nature of what occurs here. It will probably be Stomping Ground. That is an Ornithopter. That's another Ornithopter. And a Ginger Brute. That's what I am. Opponent attacks us for 1. We take 1. Down to 19. Untap. We draw a Ketria Triome, which is actually quite fantastic. I do have to lead on Ketria Triome, though, which is quite unfortunate, because I wanted access to Lightning Bolt this turn. Ginger Brute's your grinder profile name, isn't it? It is not, because I do not have a grinder. Alright, opponent plays a Nettlecyst. Nettlecyst is a 6/6, which is really big. They attack us for 1. We take 1, and go to 18. Untap. We draw a Bone Crusher Giant. So play Arid Mesa. Fetch. I have to shock Temple Garden here, I believe. So play that. Go get him, Steve. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Urza's Saga. Ticks up to 2. They Thoughtcast. D-Slayer, how's it going? Opponent plays a Waterlogged Grove into a second Springleaf Drum. They go to combat. And attack for 7, or 8, excuse me. So block 7 of it. Sack Soccer Tri-Builder. We're going to go get a basic Plains. Take 1. We draw Grist, which we can't play. I actually think I've made a pretty grievous error here. I was really hoping to draw a land. I can Bolt to kill one thing. They're going to make 2 tokens. They're going to get another... Okay, so what I've got to do is add Yorian to my hand and pass. And we're going to discard Fulminator. Opponent makes a Construct token. We discard Fulminator Mage. Opponent untaps. They make another token. And they tutor for a 1-drop. Shadow Spear. Opponent goes to combat. They attack. So we evoke Solitude, exiling Yorian, exile the Construct token. Opponent gains 9 life. We take 9, go to 5. What notification did I just get? A pledge notification? Hang on. I think it was Tarek. I couldn't read the notification because it's too small on my screen. Yeah, take the damage. Somebody pledged, and I cannot get to... Awesome. Tarek, thank you for pledging. I appreciate it. We untap. Fair enough. Okay. Let's see. I don't think that does anything. I can play Oracle, like hope to hit a red land and then have Bolt. I can Wish, but I have nothing in the sideboard for 1 mana that's going to save me here. Engineered Explosives, unfortunately, if I had 1 more mana, Engineered Explosives would actually work. Okay. We're going to go ahead and scoop. You are. I appreciate it. Tarek the Jank Acolyte. Let's see. No adjustments. We'll run it back. But now that we know we're against Affinity for certain, we can make a few adjustments in how we mulligan. Oh, that's fine, Sigma. I don't mind if you're lurking. We'll play first. Reveal Yorian. This hand's a lot faster, and it punishes the potential, like, Saga opener, which is really strong that they can have. Opponent did mulligan to 6, which is potentially a good sign for us. So fetch with Misty Rainforest. We are going to start with... I actually think it's Stomping Ground. Play Noble Hierarch. Pass the turn. Opponent leads on Fiery Islet into Moon Snare Prototype. And passes. We untap. We draw Steam Vents. So... play Birds. Play Steam Vents tapped. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Okay, opponent takes 1. Opponent's turn. There's the Saga, which is why I didn't play out the Spreading Seas. They play a Springleaf Drum, and they're passing. They have Metallic Rebuke mana, but we can actually pay for it because of our mana dorks. That's pretty dandy. Spreading Seas. Unfortunately, it will not stick around for Yorion, but this does answer our opponent's, what do you call it? Saga, the word that I was just looking at. Mystical Pot, welcome. How's it going? Hit him for 1. Pass the turn. Exclamation point deck, I'll get you a list. Opponent plays a second Saga, which is unfortunate for us. Into an Ornithopter. Into a Thoughtcast. Into a Hard Evidence. Okay, opponent is passing. On their end stepped, green, blue, let's Growth Spiral. We draw Eternal Witness, so we're going to put Valakut into play. Untap. We draw Hallowed Fountain. So, Scalding Tarn. Fetch with Scalding Tarn. Let's go get a Raugrin Triome. Then Eternal Witness. Pick up Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas the Saga. Draw another card. Pass the turn. And the plan is, I guess, to just keep playing Mountains, because I don't know what else I'm doing. Opponent plays a Darksteel Citadel. Plays an Urza, Lord High Artificer. Makes a Construct token. Hard Evidences once more. Okay. Then passes. Opponent just about out of gas, but they do have clue tokens. So we untap. We draw a Temple Garden. Play a Forest. Put Yorion into our hand. Then play Yorion. Flicker our whole board. Pass the turn. Get back Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness, gonna pick up a Misty Rainforest. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. Pass the turn. These decks often play 70-ish lands. I play 136 or so. Opponent plays a Nettlecyst. Makes an 8/8. Equips to an Ornithopter. Sure. This is a new work outfit. Let's see. We're gonna block here. Oh, actually, we'll just chop here. Can we take the 8? No, let's block with the birds. Okay, we untap. We draw Coiling Oracle. Play Misty. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They draw. They Thoughtcast. They Thought Monitor, which is an additional Thoughtcast. Kind of hoping they stop putting artifacts on the battlefield. Otherwise, what I just did will not work. Or plan to do anyway. Okay, opponent goes to combat. They attack. You fool! You foolish fool! Hold priority. Crack Misty Rainforest. Float mana. You've activated my Trap Worm. Bad Glacial Worm. And then we're going to go get Raugrin Triome. Cast a 9/5 from my deck. Okay, offer the trade. Well, we are down a match here. We're down a match loss. Down a game. That's what those words. Yes. Take 9, go to 6. Opponent playing other stuff. Another Nettlecyst. So they're going to have 2 flying, attacking 9/9s if I'm not careful. And by not careful, I mean if I don't draw anything to win the game here. Alright, show me a Scape Shift, please. Okay. That's not what I asked for, but Coiling Oracle. We draw Ephemerate. That's actually really stupid powerful here. So we play a Stomping Ground. We don't pay any life. Then... oh, shoot, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because they're just going to equip the Thought Monitor. Okay, so we'll Ephemerate now. I should not have played that land first. See what we draw. Scrib Ranger! That is a flying blocker. It has protection from blue, so we can actually block Thought Monitor with it indefinitely. That's pretty sweet, actually. Opponent plays a Springleaf Drum. This is a singleton, by the way. It's not even a... okay, they suit up the Thought Monitor. They go to combat, and they attack. So we flash in Scrib Ranger. Words that have very rarely been spoken in the modern metagame. They have double Metallic Rebuke. They have a hard counterspell. No! You can't just moon snare my Yorion. That's rude. Bottom block. This what it feels like to be Jeff Bezos? Somewhat, I imagine. Okay. One moment while I restart the Moto client. 5-0 Dream dashed. Oh, you wish. We're playing another league after this one. Are we gambling points on these games? Probably not. There's too much effort for me to go and set up. Although I should actually make buttons on this stream deck to reopen last prediction and then yes or no. Alright, so we queue up for the next match. Haven't had any excuse to put on my monocle for all the money I'm spending. How's everybody's weekends been? I hope they've been good anyway. It's your first day off? Well, good. Glad to hear that, Orch. I hope all went well there. Monty wouldn't happen to be a python, would he be? I'm sorry. It's just how my intoxicated brain works. Yeah, I'm not... I really want to play Elden Ring, but I'm not going to be playing Elden Ring until I move. It's going to be too much of a distraction otherwise. Ah, yes, I remember. That's wonderful. I'm glad that went well. Nobody wants to play with me. All right. Here we go, round 3. Oh, yeah, no, I heard about the Mark Rosewater spoiler, right? Or the teaser. Perfect. We will be keeping. This is an actually amazing hand. We're going to lead on Prismatic Vista. Pass the turn. Going to hide information about our deck for as long as we can. Opponent untaps, plays a Swamp. Uh-oh. We're getting duressed. There goes Ren and 6. Probably. Yep. Oh, that's kind of sad. I mean, could be worse, I suppose. We'll untap. No reason to crack Prismatic Vista yet. We draw Shalai, which is a singleton. Play a Forest. Fetch. We'll get a Plains. And then we're going to play out Sakura Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Plays a Plains. And is passing. So we're going to sack Sakura Tribe Elder. And we are going to go with a... I think it actually needs to be a mountain. Even though I have double green for endurance here. Another Fury. Okay, pass the turn. We draw even one untapped land. And we are golden. Opponent cycles a Forsake the Worldly. Interesting. I have no idea what my opponent is playing. They play a Marsh Flats. And they pass. So let's... Eladamri's Call. I can either get... Let's see. Ragavan is tempting, although probably will die. Mana Creature is fine. Shardless Agent, I don't have blue. Corsair Crewfix, I don't have double green. I don't have double green for Eternal Witness. I can get a Mana Creature. I can play Kitchen Finks. I can get an Omnath. Or I can get a Resto. Tis I, the Monopoly guy. How's it going, Great Bone Daddy? Glad to see you. I could get Tireless Tracker, and that's pretty good, especially if I draw a fetch land. Otherwise, I wanted to get Resto for, like, Fury shenanigans. Renegade Rallier's pretty good. I think I'm going to go with Tireless Tracker. Okay, we untap. We draw Shardless Agent. Pass the turn. Yes! What is this I bespy? Opponent untaps. Bajuka bogs me. How dareth my opponent? I have no idea what they're playing still. Gotta be something crazy. We untap. We draw a Sacred Foundry. Good enough. Play Tireless Tracker. Play Sacred Foundry. Get a token. Okay, opponent fetches Marsh Flats, probably following this up with a Fatal Push. Yep, there it is. We get to investigate. Opponent untaps. Plays a Plains. Inquisitions can take Shardless Agent or Endurance. Take Shardless Agent, which I'm not certain was the correct choice, but you never know. Plays Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Show me an untapped land deck. Not quite. Sack a Clue. We draw Summoner's Pact. So, Fury, Evoke, pitching Fury. Deal 4 damage to Sorin. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Liliana, the Last Hope. This must just be like Black-White Smallpox or Black-White Planeswalkers or something. Opponent goes to combat. Could be Super Friends, yeah. Attacks for 1. We take 1. Go to 18. Flash Scrib Ranger on their end step. Untap. We draw a Momentary Blink. Wish I'd had that a minute ago. Play Shalai. Let's go ahead and untap Shalai by picking up a forest. Play Forest. Go to combat. Attack Liliana. Opponent untaps. They play a Field of Ruin. Cast a Lingering Souls, which they can immediately flash back. Yep. Alright. They're gonna Shrink Shalai, and then pass. Okay. We untap. We draw Urban Utopia, so put that on a plane. See what we draw. Windswept Heath. There's a card. Play Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. Hero's Downfall. Well, it's a good thing I came prepared. Momentary Blink. I'm wearing my lucky shamrock tie. They Shrink Shalai again. They go to combat. They do not attack. Okay, on their end step, we're going to fetch. Let's go get a Ketria Triome. Untap. We draw an Elvish Reclaimer. So, play Reclaimer. We'll say untap Shalai, pick up that forest. Replay the forest. Pass the turn. We have the option of Endurance, or we can flashback Momentary Blink if opponent threatens Shalai, which is our current mode of potentially trying to win this game. Opponent shrinks Shalai, which is a very difficult thing to say when you've consumed as much alcohol as I have, and plays Erebos, God of the Dead. We can no longer gain life, and opponent has agreed. Okay. Opponent is passing. We have no good flicker target here, so let's untap. We draw a Voice. New plan. Summoner's Pact. Alright. Anything 6 mana or less I can play. So I could get, like, Omnath would be pretty good here. To see what I draw, I can get Prime Time. Just go the Prime Time route. I can get Woodland Bellower and then a 3-drop or less, like Dryad, which would be pretty good. Can't quite play Cultivator Colossus. Acidic Slime doesn't really do anything. I think it's Omnath or Prime Time. Hey, you gotta go Prime Time, right? Like, there's just no way. Yeah, Prime Time it is. Alright. Untap Shalai. Pick up that forest. That Lilialt ends games fast? Yeah, I know. Play Primeval Titan. Then we're going to go get Valakut. We lost against Affinity because they had a way to put one of our blockers onto the bottom of the deck with the Moonsnare prototype. Okay, pass the turn. I do have 3 green sources, and if they were to flicker, or if they were to kill Shalai, we can... Did they pay life? I feel like they didn't pay life for that, but I don't think I've done any damage, so... Alright, I'm gonna need some more drink soon. Don't damnation me, bro. Okay, Hero's Downfall. They kill Scrib Ranger. We have to pay 4 mana on our upkeep to pay for Summoner's Pact. We have 3 mountains. I think I need to draw an untapped land. They're going to Collective Brutality, killing Reclaimer and duressing, pitching Arena. That's fine. Okay, we untap. We gotta pay mana. We draw Stoneforge Mystic. So, go to combat. Attack Liliana. We will use Primetime's ability. Let's go get a Ketria and a Raugrin Triome. Okay. Liliana has to take at least 1 damage here unless they've got a Fog. So, okay, Liliana goes down to 1. Perfect. Play Stoneforge Mystic. And we'll go get Kaldra. Okay, pass the turn, which we can just hard cast. Okay, they're going to shrink the Prime Time. I didn't have the mana. I absolutely would have blinked Prime, but I didn't have the mana. I had 3, it's 4 to flashback. Okay, opponent plays a Swamp, they draw a card. Let's see. Opponent going to field our Raugrin Triome, sure. Let's go get a Mountain. Okay, opponent gets a Swamp. We untap. We draw a Chord of Calling. Let's see. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can chord for a second Primeval Titan. Oh man, that'll be hilarious. All right, go to combat. Yeah, attack our opponent. So we're gonna go get Valakut and a Triome, Blink Cord for Elder. Let's see. Let's go Rogrin Triome. I mean, they could have a hero's downfall, so like Blink might not actually win. Come on, I believe in you, Moto. I shouldn't, but I do. All right, and a Valakut. Cord actually guarantees the kill, whereas Momentary Blink is a lot more hilarious. Cord guarantees that I have... it guarantees Titan entering the battlefield. Unless they have, like, Mana Tithe, in which case I should have tapped the Stoneforge, but... Alright. No adjustments, run it back. It's a match win. Oh, I missed a text message. Hope it wasn't important. Okay, it was not. Alright, let's go ahead and reveal Yoria. This hand is not keepable, even despite being a Ragavan hand. Which would be amazing in this deck, by the way. It's a mulligan. Yeah, sure. We'll put back Finale, I think. Even though Finale is, like, far more powerful than some of the other cards in our hand. I need to be a lot more careful of my clock this game in case I go to game 3, where this game becomes obviously unwinnable. Lead on Hollowed Fountain tapped, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains, and passes. Draw Prismatic Vista, so play Vista. Fetch Vista for a forest. Play Wall of Roots. Pass the turn. They can just Fatal Push, they probably will if they've got it. Raise the Alarm, interesting. Okay, opponent untaps. They play a field. If they field me, we have to get an island. They do have a push. They then attack us for 2. Okay. We go down to 17. We untap. We draw Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. New plan. Stoneforge Mystic. Go and get Caldera. Pass the turn. Another Raise the Alarm. Opponent untaps. Plays a Marsh Flats. Cracks Marsh Flats. Hero's Downfall. Kills Stoneforge. Hits us for 4. We go to 13. We untap. We draw Windswept Heath. So we play a Windswept Heath. And then play Teferi. So Teferi literally is just to reduce the damage here. Down tick on a soldier token. See what we draw. Forest. Pass the turn. We're going to be hard casting a Solitude, most likely during combat next turn. They throw 2 at Teferi, 1 at us. That's fine. I'm going to fetch a Rogrin Triome here. Actually, I need a Ketria Triome. No, I have a second green source. Rogrin's fine. Okay. So Teferi down. Okay, they're going to field us. We're going to get a mountain. Opponent gets a swamp. They play another field. And play a Phyrexian Arena. Okay. We untap. We draw Wooded Foothills. Play a forest. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps, draws an extra card, and loses a life. They go to combat. They attack. Flash in Solitude. Take out a token. Block another token. F6. Gotta preserve my clock a little bit. We go up to 13. They Lingering Souls. And flashback Lingering Souls, I assume. Yep. Okay. We untap. We draw a Summoning Trap. That's very silly. Play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. No attacks. Okay, opponent untaps, loses a life, draws a card. They're going to Collective Brutality. Okay. Cast Summoning Trap. Exclamation point deck, and you'll find out. Alright, I guess we get a Steve. That wasn't that great. It was far worse than I had hoped. So they kill Solitude. They can't take anything. They go to combat. Okay. So we go and get another island, I think. Take 5. Go to 8. Untap. We draw Neoform. All right. How do I want to do that? Let's see. Let's go ahead and play Caldera. What's the win con? All of them. Yes. All right. Living Weapon Caldera. Play Wooded Foothills. Go to combat. Attack for 5. I'm waiting on Neoform to see if I draw a better target. I don't want to have to use Yorian. Potentially just putting Yorian in my hand might have been better, but we'll see. We will see. Opponent plays a Plains. I guess if this is Sorin, we die. Yep. Okay, so Sorin down tick does kill us, even if I fetch for, like, Dryad Arbor to block. Okay. No adjustments. Run it back. I gotta play quick for game 3. I would like to play first. Reveal Yorian. Sure. Lead on Windswept Teeth, pass the turn. I guess my birthday is technically this month. Opponent plays a Marsh Flats and passes. We're going to go get Ketria Triome. Opponent fetches Marsh Flats in response for some reason. Untap. We draw Misty, play Flagstones, play Spellskite, pass the turn. They'll probably just push Spellskite or not. They play an Isolated Chapel into a Bitter Blossom. I am in a Prismatic Ending Bitter Blossom, that much I can tell you. So, play Flooded Strand, Prismatic Ending, white-green. Fetch. Spellskite Shalai is a non-bow, by the way. Spellskite with Hexproof does not actually change the target of anything to Spellskite. We're going to go get another Ketria Triome. I'm just doing this now so I can F6 and save a little bit of time. Opponent plays another Isolated Chapel into a Liliana, the Last Hope. Upticks on Spellskite to make it a -2/3. We untap. We draw Tireless Tracker. Play Tireless Tracker. Play Misty Rainforest. Investigate. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Now Spellskite is sort of a nuisance. We're going to Inquisition. It's going to be a complete whiff. We will pay the Phyrexian mana, redirect that ability to Spellskite. Okay, fetch with Misty Rainforest. We're going to go get a Raugrin Triome now. Could get Zagoth, but I don't need black for any reason. Potential for double white exists, because I think there's like a Supreme Verdict in the deck, and I could hardcast Solitudes and stuff. Okay, we untap. Draw Shardless Agent. Play an island. Investigate again. Sack a clue token. Always yield. Always yield. We draw Courser. But I would rather Liliana be dead this turn, so I'm going to sack the other clue. Go draw Wall of Roots, go to combat. Attack Liliana. Opponent is going to raise the alarm to protect Liliana. Sure. They chump. Okay, pass the turn, they untap. They're going to forsake the worldly, exiling Spellskite. Sure. You got it. You can uptick on Tireless Tracker. Yep. It is now a 3/3. Opponent passes. We untap. We draw Resto. Green, blue, whatever. Shardless Agent. There's a really good chance we hit removal off Shardless, so we're seeing what we hit. Eladamri's Call. We'll go ahead and cast that. And in this particular situation, I don't have another red source. Otherwise, I would consider... Or I don't have another red spell, so otherwise I would consider Fury. I can actually, I think, play Grist, but I'm not 100% on that one. I could play Dryad. I could play... Renegade Rallier doesn't do anything. It's the hard part about this deck. And I can just get Eternal Witness and Eternal Witness back Eladamri's Call. Or I can get Prime Time for next turn, which would be more reasonable, I think. Let's do that. Okay. We have a random 2/2. Play Scalding Tarn. Clue token. Fetch with Scalding Tarn. Get a random Triome. Clue token. Play Wall of Roots. Okay, F6. Then attack Liliana. Okay, opponent untaps. They shrink Shardless Agent to nothing. And play Lingering Souls. So They're hoping to win with Liliana ult. I mean, that's not a bad plan, really. We untap and draw Summoner's Pact. Summoner's Pact cannot grab Kiki Jiki. It may not even be worth casting here. I could play Cultivator Colossus, but I have no lands. Let's just play Prime Time. We have 3 mountains. Prime Time has Trample. Valakut, and then any mountain. I'm going to lose to Clock, I think. Oh, I can Summoner's Pact for Dryad, actually. Just not this turn, because that would be silly. Why not get Zealous Conscripts and steal Lily? Because Summoner's Pact only grabs green things. It's okay. There's a lot of cards in this deck, and those cards have a lot of text on them, and I don't read anyway. It's an understandable mistake. Money Mountain! Exclamation point deck if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. Got the monocle to prove it. Alright, opponent ults Liliana the Last Hope, fetches with Marsh Flats. When you're that rich, you don't need to read. Opponent Fatal Pushes Tireless Tracker. They do have a Hero's Downfall for Prime Time, which is very upsetting. It is a huge setback. It is not the end of the world. Okay, opponent makes a zombie. We untap. We draw Eladamri's Call, which is fantastic. So we Summoner's Pact. We get Dryad of the Elysian Grove, if I can find it. We're going to go ahead and play Dryad. And we are going to Eladamri's Call. Whoop. 4 mana or less. Probably Oracle of Moldiah, honestly. Or a redundant Dryad. It's going to be tough. Oracle of Moldiah, I'm going to go with that. Oh, I have to play Oracle. Land on top, please. Windswept Heath, that's pretty huge. Kill Zombie token. Hollowed Fountain. Kill Zombie token. Fetch. Oh, I hate the fact that I'm losing so much time on my clock here. Get Dryad Arbor. Kill Spirit. F6. Attack. Pass the turn. F6. Okay, opponent Lingering Souls. Liliana. Sure. Okay, we untap. We gotta pay for Summoner's Pact and hopefully not lose the game. We draw. There's Escape Shift on top of my deck, which would kill my opponent. But I cannot resolve Escape Shift in time, I don't think. I would only need 6 lands. I'd only need 5 lands. Can I search for 5 lands in under a minute? Opponent graciously concedes to us. Thank you, opponent. That is very kind of you. We get a round win. We're 2-1. All right. Sushi Mancer, thank you. I appreciate it. That is very kind of you. I will be restarting Moto, but I'm also going to go grab more to drink because I need some more drink for this. And I ain't talking about water. So, Kid Azorius, thank you so much. All right, I am going to close Moto. I will be right back. I'm going to take a very quick break here. I will be back within probably about 2 minutes. So don't go away. Be sure to follow if you haven't. Talk to the mods. They're funny. I'll be right back. Oh, good. What did I miss? That's pretty funny. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, it's a biscuit. Yes, like a Southern style biscuit. Tarek says you're a good boy. Yes, he does. He literally just followed me down here, so he's not been down here for the early part of the stream. Might have made this one too strong, too. D-Slayer says you're a good boy. Yeah, I actually think this deck has some 5-0 potential in it, which is pretty good. I think it has to get a little bit lucky, but most decks do. Alright, here we go. Round number 4. Would like to play first. We're going to reveal Eorian. Yeah, it seems like a good hand. We'll keep. Problem is I have to choose between a second island or a second forest for Eternal Witness, but, you know, what can you do? Play a forest, pass the turn. See what our opponent's up to. Wooded Foothills. Ketria Triumph, so probably some variation of Scape Shift. So our deck, but better in a lot of ways. We do draw a second white source and a second green source, so an island it is. Play an island. Play Steve. Pass the turn. This could also be Money Pile. We don't know for certain. Okay, opponent untaps. How does it feel to always have it? What do you mean? Always have what? Money? Anyway. Opponent plays a Misty Rainforest. They crack it. They get an island. Probably not Scape Shift. Wave Sifter. Evoked. They get some tokens. They sack the Wave Sifter. And they pass the turn. So we're going to sack Soccer Tribe Elder. We're going to get a second island. We're going to untap. We draw a Neoform, which is pretty exciting, I'll be honest. Play Temple Garden untapped. Eternal Witness. Pick up Soccer Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. Man, I'm surprised more people don't want to watch this right now. Opponent shocks a Steam Vent, so they may just wheel here. This probably glimpse off of, like, Shardless. Yep. Okay. So, I mean, if they just, like, combo, we're done, but depends on what they hit. 4, 9, 12, 16. They draw a card, they investigate, they do a bunch of damage to us, and then they get to flip again. That's pretty good, I guess. Second flip probably will kill us. Unless they hit like 6 tap lands or something. I don't know. Omnath with 2 landfall triggers. So they can fetch for the third, which will deal a bunch of damage to us. They have... they do have mana, so they could potentially do something else too. So I don't know that we can win, although we aren't dead. Yet. Okay. So we take 4, we go to 3. They don't play Bolt. They would cascade into it. Shardless again. I mean, if you Glimpse of Tomorrow 3 times in one turn, you probably win the game. But we'll make them have it. And they got it. Alright. Run it back. We do have ways to beat this deck. I would like to play first. Reveal Yorion. There's the Archon I want to play, but I only have 1 land. And a Terastodon in that, so we're going to mulligan. Oh my god, it's like we always have it. Oh, perfect. We will be keeping. I mean, as long as opponent doesn't start Gemstone Caverns into combo, we're probably okay, but opponent reveals Double Chancellor. Okay. So we lead on Valakut. Pass the turn. This Archon's a singleton, by the way, and it was in 2 mulligans. It was in our opening hand, and then we mulliganed, and we got it again. What are the odds? Approximately 1 in 365 times 1 in 365, which is something in like 1 in 90,000. Or over 1 in 100,000, I think. Alright, we untap. We draw an island. Play a forest. Urban Utopia the Forest. Draw a card. Finale of Devastation. That might be a way to win the game, eventually. So you're telling me there's a chance. Alright, opponent. Plays a Steam Vents tapped. Attacks us for 2. We untap. Draw a Momentary Blink. Play an island. Play Archon of Emeria. Pass the turn. I imagine they've got to have removal in the vein of Fury. But Momentary Blink is a way to protect Archon as long as opponent doesn't have it right now. Opponent says, that one's pretty good. If they attack, I'm not going to block simply because they could have like Bone Crusher Giant or something. Eldritch Evolution is potentially pretty good. We're going to play Breeding Pool tapped. There's no reason to play it untapped. Go to combat. We will attack our opponent for 2. Pass the turn. No 5-drop we could Eldritch Evolution into would be good enough. Okay, opponent plays a Misty Rainforest tapped. Opponent goes to combat. What's the rental fee for something like this? Probably too much for most people to afford. Attack us for 2. We go to 14. And they pass. We untap. We draw Ignoble Hierarch. Go to combat. I actually should have cast Ignoble Hierarch here, but I suspect my opponent has removal. Although it's probably not sorcery speed removal. Or it is sorcery speed removal. I missed a point of damage, so that is technically a punt. I know I said I wasn't going to track punts, but yeah. And since most content creators only use rental services, you might only see Money Mountain here on this channel. So if you like this content, please remember to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're watching this live on Twitch, please follow the channel. Subscribe if you would. It'd mean the world to me if you did. I also have Patreon, and we have a Discord where we talk about silly things like this. So I highly recommend that you join those too. Opponent going to hard cast a Wave Sifter. You got it. They attack us for 2. We do not block. Go to 12. We bolt Wave Sifter. They're notably 2 lands away from casting Chancellor. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Let's see. I can get a 4-drop off of Finale. I don't think that's actually worth it. So play Sacred Foundry tapped. Put Yorion into our hand. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Oh, Tarek, I missed your cheer. I'm sorry. Tarek cheered 100 bits. Appreciate it a lot. They crack a clue to draw. They play a tap land. They crack another clue to draw. They then go to combat and attack us for 2. No blocks. So they can make a bunch of hasty goblins. We untap. We draw Teferi, which is a little bit of insurance. But we need to get another creature on board simply because of... We're holding Eldritch Evolution. I guess we could play Teferi and uptick, and then potentially Eldritch Evolution on our opponent's turn. I just don't think there's a 3-drop that would matter in my deck right now. Although that would be pretty cool. I can actually play Teferi and downtick. That's actually safer. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play Teferi. I'm going to downtick on a token here. We draw a Temple Garden, which we can play tapped. Opponent untaps. Can we get Deceiver and Kiki? I don't actually think we can. I think we also have faster ways to win, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, opponent plays a Goblin Dark Dwellers with nothing to flashback. So we're safe for 1 more turn. Opponent goes to combat. They attack us. We'll go to 9. That's fine. They crack Misty, they go to 7. I only have to do 4 damage to them. So we untap. We draw Grist and Hunger Tide. So Teferi's upticking this turn, because he's gotta. Which means we can cast spells on our opponent's turn. We have access to 7 mana, which means I can Finale of Devastation for a 5-drop or less. If I get a 5-drop, let me look at the deck list here. 5-drop or less, I can get like Zealous Conscripts. I can get Solitude, Resto, Shalai. I got good options. So I think we're going to attack and then just do that. Conscripts is a kill. Oh, it is right now, yeah. I'm just dumb. Whoo, boy, hit the punt button. Pass the turn. It's okay. It's a complicated deck. It's almost impossible to play this deck perfectly. That's why we're drinking alcohol. Okay, opponent plays Colony Garden. They play their own Teferi. Alright, now is the time. Finale of Devastation. Search Library. Yeah, I might have thrown this. Hopefully I didn't. Let's get Zealous Conscripts. Steel Dark Dwellers. It's okay, I can momentary blink it on my turn and everything will be fine. Okay, opponent has their own Teferi. Oh, I could have done that even because it would have had haste. Oh no, please don't tell me I threw the match because my opponent has a Cascade spell here. Oh, I will be so sad. I could have done it too. Oh yeah, I have Teferi still. Fantastic. We have the backup plan. Alright, we untap. We draw Flooded Strand. Uptick Teferi. Play Flooded Strand. Fetch. Get an island. Momentary blink. Flicker Conscripts. Gain control of Dark Dwellers. Momentary blink. Conscripts. Gain control of Goblin Token. Go to combat. Attack opponent with all creatures. Woo! We got there. It's a match win and a match loss, I think. This is going to be round 3 of the match. Yeah, because they combo killed us first, so we're 1-1 in round 4. Through the double punt. Gotta love it. Had to do it to him. You knew I had to do it to him. Alright, we start by revealing Yorion. We cannot play Teferi Time Raveler, or really the rest of our hand, but I kind of have to keep this. We draw any blue land, any white land, we should be fine. Either one, not both. So I'm going to keep this. Opponent keeps a hand revealing Chancellor of the Forge. So they're going to get a Hasty Goblin token to start. They lead on Scalding Tarn. They crack Scalding Tarn. They get a Ketria Triome immediately, and they attack for 1. We untap. We draw Fury. Play Besiege You. Play Ignoble Hierarch. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Come on, I need a blue land or something. I can field for 1, but it might be too late. Opponent attacks us for 1. We do not block. We untap. We draw Windswept Heath. There it is. So play Windswept Teeth. Unfortunately, I cannot cast Teferi this turn. I'd love to, but I can't. So we are going to fetch a Hallowed Fountain, which is in here somewhere. There it is. Untapped. And we're going to play Coiling Oracle. I guess we name Elemental. Unfortunately, that doesn't work very well. If I had Growth Spiraled first, it would have been better, but that wasn't likely to work either. The good news is our opponent doesn't have a lot of permanents, so they probably have to spend at least a turn setting up, which might allow us to resolve a Teferi, which would be huge. They fetch up a tap land. They untap. If they attack with the Goblin token, I am absolutely going to trade this Coiling Oracle off. This is sort of a risk if they're going for the Cascade now, but they might feel pressured to. There's a chance that this just whiffs. Really hoping for that. They get a Chancellor of the Forge, which is pretty good. But it is not enough to just like keep spinning, so that's really good. So they will get a couple of Goblin tokens here, and they do have a Shardless Agent. Really hoping we draw a red card. Tom Bombadil has a Twitch stream. That's clever. Welcome aboard. How's it going? I really can't pronounce your name at this point. I've drank quite a bit of alcohol. So we're gonna take a couple points of damage. We untap. We draw Ephemerate, which is actually huge. I can cast Fury. It's okay, I can't pronounce it sober. Oh, man. I can play Fury, and I can kill everything but the Chancellor that matters. That's actually huge. Yeah, let's do that. Play Field. Red, red, other colors. 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. Pass the turn. Then we play Teferi, and like this should be locked up. Because we can Teferi and Ephemerate, and we can just kill everything forever. Opponent plays a Misty Rainforest. They correct Misty Rainforest and get a Ketria Triome tapped. They do not attack. Okay. So we untap. We draw Raugrin Triome. I would have to field to play Teferi here. If I do that, I cannot Ephemerate. Teferi, I think, is more important. So let's go ahead and field. We are going to get an island, and then we say green, white, blue, Teferi. Unsummon Chancellor. Play Raugrin Triome, and attack for 8. Opponent chumps. Interesting. Not what I expected. Opponent untaps. They play a mountain. It is worth swinging with Oracle, but it was not there due to the potential of like some sort of haste creature. I do not want to risk Teferi getting hit. They can have Fury. Like, they could evoke Fury here and then wheel again and hope to win. And it isn't impossible for them to win, even with just 3 permanents into a glimpse. It is very unlikely, but it is not impossible. They could just wheel into, like, triple terror of the peaks, and then it would be like, oh, great. You know, like, what are we going to do about that? It's just nothing. So, uptick Teferi. Go to combat. Actually, the Exalted trigger on the Double Striker is worth it more here. Yeah, they can't end step a Borrower, but they could have Otawara. I would not be surprised if their deck had Otawara in it. Let's go ahead and Growth Spiral first. We draw another Growth Spiral. Play a Flooded Strand. Growth Spiral. Play a Stomping Ground. Untap. Fetch. And we're going to get a basic Plains. Then we're going to pass. I could play out a Vizier of the Menagerie, but I might want to Ephemerate to delete a bunch of tokens in some weird Cascade scenario. Any reason to not fetch Archon and have more protection? No, I can do that. Like, that's completely reasonable. I just haven't really had the opportunity yet. Okay, opponent is passing. So, Blink Fury. Delete the token with Extreme Prejudice. Oh, I should have Aladmaris called there, but I don't think it's going to matter. Ephemerate. This time we're going to hit Coiling Oracle. We draw Oracle of Moldiah. We draw Grist. Uptick Teferi to 3. Go to combat. Oh, I also... That's another punt. I could have just Eladamri's called for another Exalted creature. Opponent's going down to 1. I don't know if I have a creature that can deal direct damage, but I'm going to find out. If anything that can deal 1 point of direct damage... Oh yeah, Bone Crusher Giant can. The old creature tutor for a burn spell. Gotcha. All right. Hey, we're 3-1. We got a treasure chest with Money Mountain. Tell your friends. And I'm gonna reset the. I'm gonna reset Moto. Ooh boy. Less broken than a creature tutor for a planeswalker. You got me there, Stinky Tommy, but we are playing Grist, so it is possible. Thank you, D-Slayer. Appreciate that. Hope y'all are having fun. I'm having fun. Only 2,000 more treasure chests to go till you can pay for this deck via chests. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I pay with it with my massive, the weight of my wallet? I've got my monocle here. Oh, hang on. They usually have like a little handle. So the weight of my monocle. Weight of my wallet. Anyway, I'm drunk. On to round 5. Yeah, I already own all the cards. I've been collecting them for years. Is there a Ragavan in the deck? There are 4, to be honest. Here we go, round 5. I would love to play first. Reveal Yorion. It's my secret savings. I can quickly cash it in for, like, I don't know, 1/10 of a house down payment. We're gonna keep against a Gigantha deck. It's probably Elementals. I've not actually seen Tron play Gigantha in a long time. This could be Tron. This would be bad if it's Tron. Your new persona is a gaslighter who's a master of deceit against chat. Nice. That's not correct. I'm the wallet warrior, the modern miser. Shadow has been running it? You're kidding. Yeah, this is a 365 card deck. Exclamation point deck will get you a deck list. Opponent's looking at this hand like, what the hell do I take? The answer is explore. By the way, unless they don't have a clock, in which case it's bring to light. They took explore. They got a clock. All right. We untap. We draw. Ignoble Hierarch. Shock Breeding Pool. Play the Hierarch. Pass the turn. Espinoris, you came here for a game of Monopoly? Why? You have been bespied. Anyway, opponent untaps. They play Polluted Delta and they fetch. They shock a Steam Vents. This is indeed Shadow. They play a Dragon's Rage Channeler and an Unholy Heat to kill Ignoble Hierarch. I should just tape this to the rim of my hat so I have to wear it. It'd make more sense rather than just having to hold it up. The monocle-clad lad and his menagerie of expensive bullshit. You got me there. All right. Play Dwarven Mine. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, Dwarven Mine is a singleton. We need to draw an untapped land. And an untapped, I think, forest, plains, or island gets us to Omnath, which is pretty huge. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire. They attack us for 1. And if they do have, like, Counterspell, we can Summoning Trap, potentially for something better than Omnath. It's not super likely, but it is possible. They do shock another Blood Crypt. They land a Ragavan, a Shadow, and nothing. All right, we untap. We draw Temple Garden. Sort of works. Opponent does not have Delirium yet, so they cannot kill an Omnath necessarily. Blue, red, white. Oh, whoops. Green, and then white. Play Omnath. Draw a card. We draw... They got a kill spell for Omnath? Wow. They do not have Delirium, and they're banking on Dragon's Rage Channeler Surveil to get it. Unbelievable. They put a Planeswalker in the grave. Unfriggin' believable. Well, we still get to draw. It's a Coiling Oracle. Pass the turn. That is some BS right there. I don't think they, like, ever scryed or anything. Hang on. Yeah, they didn't even put it on top. That was a blind flip. And that is a Kaito, yes. Lots of Grixis decks been running them. They hit us for 8. We go to 7. Opponent flips Castle Garenbrig off the top. Not going to do anything for him. We untap. We draw an Eldritch Evolution. I mean, we only really have one play. Yep, we only really have one play. We need to flip a green land that's untapped off the top. That is not what I asked for. Expressive Iteration. Unfortunately, they're going to counter this, and Summoning Trap specifies specifically, which is very redundant, that you must have a creature spell be countered in order to cast it for its alternative cost, so we cannot Summoning Trap, which is really horrendously bad for us. The odds that my opponent has a removal spell for this Coiling Oracle is practically 100%. They throw another Kaito into the grave. If they find creature removal, we die instantly. I don't think we have an out either. It's not like I can top deck a Terminus. I could cast a Supreme Verdict if I were to draw it. There's a single one in the entire deck, but it is not necessary. We are dead. Oh, that's a match loss. All right. No adjustments, run it back. Wow. I'm already through the second one. Whew. I mean, the first one was brutal, but the second one went down like little roly-poly me on a seesaw. All right. Better start drinking water. Otherwise, I'll never get up at 4 a.m. and go to the gym. So, I found, like, one of the cartoons that I used to watch as a kid, like when I was real little, was Lucky Luke, which is a French cartoon about a cowboy. And there's a lot of... Seeing it now as an adult, there's like a lot of not okay stereotyping stuff that's going on in that. But there's one where they're trying to get all the witnesses that are on a jury, and there's a doctor who's one of the witnesses, like the Dalton gang's trying to kill him, and in order to like give him his just desserts, they make him drink his own medicine, which is just his personal flask. And like some of the stuff that he's saying as he's drinking this like straight alcohol it's just super hilarious. We're gonna put back Prismatic Vista. He's like, oh yes, it's not medicine. That bottle's poison. There's enough alcohol in that to kill an entire regiment of cavalry, or an Irishman in the prime of his life. It's just that's how I feel drinking those things I've been mixing earlier today. Yeah, we'll play Arid Mesa. Fetch, pass the turn. We'll play Fetch Land. This way, if they lead on a creature, I can Solitude, or if they lead on a creature without haste, I can at least march it. Oh well. But I feel the reason that I brought that up in the first place, is this your Goth Dom gear? No, dude. This is only like the 6th most Goth outfit I own. And that's not an exaggeration. Oh, man. We're getting thought seized. I got pictures I can share on the Discord, but I gotta get permission first. They're safe for work. There's nothing crazy, but just gotta get permission of the other people to post. Because there's at least one other person in most of them. He's lying. Just instantly. It's just like no hesitation. D-Slayer's like, he's lying. How's Money Pile been working? We're 3-1, dude. And it's Money Mountain. Thank you. Let's get a Raugrin Triumph. Untap. Growth Spiral. Fantastic. Play Avimaya. Pass the turn. Kano's gotta run a business. Oh, man. It's even bigger because Bottle of Wits. Man, maybe that's what I should call it when I get drunk. That's excellent. Dick Record, that is excellent. I should call Battle of Wits Bottle of Wits for when I get drunk and play it. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and Growth Spiral. We have been having a good time today, let me tell you. Oh, they drown. We untap. We draw Eternal Witness. Play Valakut. I could actually Finale of Devastation for a 1/1 Dryad Arbor, but I'm not going to. I'm going to potentially leave up March for, like, Ragavan. Lucky Luke had a Bottle of Wits. Gal. It was interesting, though, because, like, somebody uploaded that entire cartoon to YouTube, and I got to, like, reconnect with, like, this primordial memory of, like, 2-year-old me seeing this cowboy cartoon. It's just super crazy. Dragon's Rage Channeler, Ragavan. Dragon's Rage Channeler is more of a consistency tool, but Ragavan will take over the game. So we are going to try and march Ragavan here. It worked. Untap. We draw. Primal Command. Okay, so we need to make a land drop, so let's Eternal Witness. Back when he was only a 5-foot-tall toddler. Oh, yeah, no kidding. I was mistaken for a high school student in, like, 5th or 6th grade several times. Not making that up. They were like, you like a freshman or a sophomore? I was like, no. No, I am not. All right, opponent plays a swamp. Goes to combat. They attack. I am willing to trade with Eternal Witness here. I need to grab, I think, we have Yavimaya. They can't really interact with our mana base, so I think grabbing Turok? Oh, well, there goes the last 2 cards in our hand. Nah, man. A little known fact about Kano. I ate pizza every day of my life. From about 2nd grade all the way about middle point through college. I got witnesses. And I have to say, it's probably all the bovine growth hormone they put in the cheese nowadays that made me so huge. So, play Hallowed Fountain tapped. Put Yorion into our hand. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Another Turok? Jerk! He's such a jerk! How dare you, opponent? We get hit for 5. Untap. If only I had a 6th land! Pass the turn. I have a question. For God? Why? Opponent plays Dragon's Rage Channeler. And they hit us for 5 again, we go to 8. We untap. We draw a Breaching Hippocamp, which is not an untapped land that lets me play Primeval Titan. Opponent untaps. They go to combat, or they go to their main phase. They play a Scalding Tarn. They go to combat and attack. Flash in Hippocamp. It resolves. They let us declare blocks. We go to 5. We draw a forest. I mean, it would be better if it was a basic mountain, but this should work. Play Prime Time. Opponent cracks Scalding Tarn. For God? Why? I have a question. That's a good clip. That is a good clip. Okay, Prime Time resolves. Or not. That was wishful thinking. My apologies for being positive. It's getting drowned. Oh, it's getting dressed down. I see. I will probably... So I'm going to have to take a short break. I got to let the dog out after this. But I want to play a second league with this deck. I'm having a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are too. So I will probably put up like a be right back disclaimer. And take like a 5 or a 10-minute break. They drew it. Oh. But hey, 3 and 2 is not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and open up that treasure chest so I can close out the recording. 10 play points and a River Kelpie, which I don't think is worth anything, unfortunately. 19.99 more to go. All right. So I will thank you all on YouTube. If you watched that video, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Let me know what you thought the most unfair portion of that was, or the most fair portion. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'll be playing another league here for you guys on Twitch in just a little bit. But for the people on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.